Today, I'm here to tell you and show you that yes, you can get strong core after pregnancy, after having a baby, and after having a C-section. No longer do you have to feel like your midsection muscles are gone, you don't have to feel mushy in your tummy, and you don't have to feel like you got no core support. I'm here to show you how to activate your core muscles correctly, because likely what you're doing is incorrect and it's not working. And this is especially important for moms if you're looking to get a flatter belly after having your baby. Welcome to the Strong Mom channel, where I share fitness, recipes, workouts, and more, all for moms who want to become strong, lose weight, and become confident in their bodies. So if you're a mom, you really need to hit subscribe and make sure to hit the bell so you never miss a Tuesday video from me. Comment below if you've heard this in a fitness class before. Suck your belly button to spine. Brace your core. Suck in. Hold your breath. Brace, brace, brace. That, for most people, is the extent of how they've been trained to activate or engage their core muscles. But these cues actually lead to breath holding and bearing down and putting pressure onto our pelvic floor, which is no bueno for any new mom. As a nutritionist and personal trainer, my specialty is helping moms get rid of their mommy tummy. And one of the most important things that moms need to do after having the baby is learn how to activate their deep core muscle. I am talking about the transversus abdominis. This is the first exercise that I teach all of my clients who are looking to get a slimmer tummy. Before we go on, make sure to grab my Flat Belly After Baby ebook, because I have 10 holistic ways that you can get a flatter belly after baby without dieting, without extreme exercise, and without surgery. So first off, the deepest layer of our core is not our abdominals. That's like our six-pack, okay? We're not talking about that today. We're talking about our transversus abdominis, and that wraps around our whole body, our whole torso, like a corset. Why we need to learn how to activate this deep core muscle properly is because it's been stretched out after pregnancy. We've lost some of our tone in the muscle, and we need to retrain our bodies how to turn it on again. Now, this muscle is really important in providing stability to our whole body. It provides us with back support and also helps us when we know how to engage it properly. It helps us to brace when we're lifting up something really heavy, AKA a 3-year-old perhaps. So to start, I want you to come down onto your back into neutral spine. So you're gonna lay down on your back. And what I mean by neutral spine is you should be able to, you can see just a little gentle hollow, or you can slide your hand underneath the small of your back. I can't slide it all the way underneath. So what I don't want to see is, I don't want you to see you arching like this. Okay, so I don't want to be able to bring my whole hand, because I am flaring my ribs and we do not want any rib boobs happening here. So we want neutral spine. And likewise, we don't want to be tilting our pelvis upward like this. So we don't want to be putting that small of your back. You don't want to be pressing it down to the ground. So just nice and neutral. Another way that you can know that you're in neutral is if you were to place a wine glass here or a cup, you wouldn't be spilling it over, because if you were here, you wouldn't be able to place it. And if you were here, same thing. You wouldn't be able to place your wine glass or your margarita, in my case, on the low of your abdomen. So I'm gonna show you 2 things that people do most of the time, which is brace their core and suck their belly button to spine. So the first one is bracing their core. What most people would do is, just grip in their obliques as well as their abdominals, so their six-pack, and it would look like that. So everything is just really tight and it makes it really hard to breathe. You can't really breathe, and that's messing with your whole breath mechanics. The other thing that's wrong with this, with just holding this, is, yeah, it's pushing up my belly a little bit, but the worst thing is that it's pushing all of your pelvic organs downward. So I'm creating pressure in my pelvic organs, so in my vagina, and I can feel that. That is no bueno if you are a woman in general, especially if you want to keep your pelvic organs inside your body for the rest of your life. So we do not want to be bracing like this. The other thing that a lot of people do, and a lot of fitness trainers, I see it on YouTube, even in classes, will cue their clients to suck their belly button to spine. And so what that looks like is, and they've created, again, a ton of pressure downward. You've got all of this sucked in. So all this is cinched in, pressure down, pressure up. My breathing mechanics, again, messed up, but I'm creating like this hollow belly, and we don't want a hollow belly. We want a nice toned flat belly, not a hollow belly. So I want to point you to this video that I did here where I talked about sucking in your belly, because you don't want to do that. Again, if you want to keep all of your pelvic organs inside your body for the remainder of your life, you need to check out this video if you know you are a breath holder or a belly button sucker inner. Let me know in the comments below, are you somebody that has typically been sucking your belly button in, that you've been bracing your core? Tell me what strategies you have been using for most of your life to activate your core. So now I want to show you what we're doing. We're laying on the ground. I want you to properly activate your deep core. Remember, this is the transversus abdominis, and this wraps around our whole belly like a corset. So I want you to take your 2 fingers and you're gonna tap yourself on those spiny ASIS. So these are your, otherwise we call them our hip bones. So I want you to feel your hip bones here, and then you're gonna move your hand inward. So hip bones, and then just come inward. So your fingers will just kind of sink in a little bit. Now what I want you to do is give me a nice cough. And when you do that, you can feel tension. Maybe some people will say bulging, where I will do it. Here, let's do this. Okay. So you can see that happening, and you can feel that tension. So this is the muscle that we want to be feeling. However, when you cough like I just did, I coughed forcefully, and we don't want that muscle to be bulging out. We want it to be creating a nice, gentle tension. So the coughing that you felt, that's the muscle that you know you're working, but you don't want to feel the bulge sensation. The same thing, you don't want your fingers to be sinking, sinking really deep down either. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to, this is hard. This takes a lot of practice. We are going to try and create that tension that you felt when you did that little cough. We wanna create that tension on our own. So again, feeling where those hip bones are, or ASIS, and bring those fingertips in. So what I want you to do is, I don't want you to suck your belly button to spine, because that's hollowing out here. I want you to gently think about all this lower abdomen area. I want you to think about gently bringing it inward toward your spine. So just this lower abdomen part, bringing it down. And then up. Now, I know that a lot of people say, I don't know how to actually physically do that. It's okay. This takes a lot of time. As I said, this is step 1 that I start with all of my clients. Another cue that you can use is, I want you to pretend you have a string attached from one hip bone to the other hip bone. And I want you to think about bringing that string, so let's see, one hip here, one hip here. Think about bringing that string in together, or bringing the hip bones in together. So with a gentle, gentle tension. Now, if you're doing this really forcefully, it's going to look like this. And my fingers, it's just way too much tension here. But you've got the right idea. You also don't want to be bearing and pushing up your belly like you just saw here. So I'll do that again. We don't want bearing down, and we don't want this bulginess. We want a nice, gentle tension. So if you got your fingers here, I want you, and you've been able to activate, you maybe draw that string in, I want you to take it down to 20% of what you've been doing, because most of the times people think they have to work harder than they actually have to activate this deep core transversus abdominis. Again, this takes practice. We want to feel nice, gentle tension. We don't want our fingers to hollow in down here, and we don't want our fingers to bulge outward either. We want a nice, gentle tension. Now let's try that same, creating the tension, bringing those hips together with an exhale. So first I want you to inhale, and as you exhale, create a gentle, gentle tension. And then inhale, relax it. Exhale, gentle tension. And hold this tension, maybe talk to somebody in the room. I am still holding this light connection here, my transversus abdominis, without flaring my rib cage and without bracing my core, and I can still breathe, I can still carry on my conversation, and if I'm doing a workout, I can still do all the lifting, the heavy stuff that I want to do. So this is what if you're creating this tension and you're going at 100%, this is what it looks like. And we don't want that. Here's what my 20% looks like. And again, you notice that nothing's really happening to my belly button. I'm not hollowing out my belly. My belly is nice and flat. So I want you to try this the next time you do a crunch. And I want to show you what most people do when they do a traditional crunch or a sit-up. What they do is there's no core connection and they just push up like this. Do you see how my belly just like pushed up? Bread loafing. Some people call it bread loafing. So we don't want this. What we want to do is create that tension again, lower abs. I'm going to do it when I exhale in the transversus. And do you see how there's no poofiness, no poochiness happening now? I'll do that again. Inhale first, exhale, create my tension in the transversus, and see, this is the proper crunch. I'm not bread loafing and making all this poofiness happen. Remember, we want to create a flat, tight, toned tummy. We don't want to be pooching it out and creating pressure on our pelvic floor. So now you know how to activate your deep core, your transversus abdominis properly. But how do you actually translate this into daily exercise? How do you use this? And what's the next step in getting rid of the mummy tummy, the AKA diastasis recti and abdominal separation? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to be talking all about that in the next video. So make sure to hit subscribe and the bell below. And don't forget to pick up my Flat Belly After Baby ebook. The link is in the description box below. If you like this video, please leave me a comment below and say hello and tell me what other videos you're looking for. Are you looking to get rid of your abdominal separation? Are you having some other postpartum issues, symptoms that you want help with? Let me know and I'll see you next time.